Welcome back to our class once again. Remember, in the previous class we have discussed about the medal written by Vibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay, and I think I have said you that this is one of the thrilling story and it has some suspense into that. So this was a thing which we have to continue right now. Now if you remember that I said that the narrator was the teacher 4 years back, and he has taken the medal from the hands of Sudhir, because Kamakhya and Sudhir, both the students were fighting, and actually they Kamakhya wanted to have a look to the medal. So that medal was taken by a teacher, and he has seen that on one side it is engraved as Queen Victoria's image, and the next side the name being written of the English person who has been given that medal, and that person has given the medal to grandfather of Sudhir. So now Sudhir has brought this, don't know by how he has taken that into the bag he kept, and you must have seen that or you may remember your school days when you wanted something to be like taken from home and you wanted to show to the other classmates. If you find something at home which is different for you, amusing for you, you just want to take it into the bag and you keep it like a treasure for you, and then you want to show it to your classmates or friends, whoever may be. So the same thing happened with Sudhir, but he does not want to give that to Kamakhya. So who has taken? Suren. Suren is the author's name here, the narrator, Suren. So the teacher has taken that, and he thought, I am going to the village now this weekend, so by Monday I will come and return it to you, he said to Sudhir, and he wanted to go to the village to show to whom. His village was there, actually his birthplace, that village. So he was the native of the village, so he wanted to spend the weekend over there, and he wanted to show it to Jet Moshai, who was that actually the person who can be like, he thought that he could understand and he could say me, is there any importance of that medal or something like that, he thought. And he started towards his village. The train reached at 5:30 p.m. It was about sunset was over, and it was like getting a little bit darker, not more than that, but it was a little bit darker. And by the time in the villages the evening looked like night. Yeah, it becomes dark very easily because the lights are dim, and normally the life is not as happening as we found in the cities. So in the village it is a calm, serene atmosphere would be there. So he went there, he reached to that place, and then the narrator Suren started walking 2 miles to reach to home, because after getting down from the train he has to walk 2 miles, and he is habituated to that. So he walked 2 miles and he was going to his home. So he reached to the home. There actually nobody is there at his home, like family is not there. He lives all alone, but normally whenever he comes to the village, there is an old woman in the neighborhood who normally comes to his house whenever he comes to the home. She cleaned up and cooked for him, and and she was very happy to serve this boy, because she felt like though nobody is there for this one, so she wanted to help this person, that means Suren. And once in a while he get the chance to visit to village. So what happened? That old woman has said that your childhood friend, because she knows him from childhood, so she said that your childhood friend Vrindavan, he also came for a fortnight means 15 days. He also came to the village for 15 days. If you want, you can go and meet him. So obviously after getting not in contact for so many days, if suddenly you get into contact with your friend, and that too childhood friend with whom you have lot of memories, so he super excited, he was super excited, and he wanted to go and meet the friend immediately. And there is no fear of getting dark and all, because he knows his village well, and he was actually spent his more than like half of the age here only in the village, so he does not have any fear to go to anywhere, and the home was not too far. Vrindavan's, that friend's home was not too far. So he went and he thought that he immediately liked to go and meet the person, meet his friend Vrindavan. But Vrindavan's home was across the river. Across the river would be there in between. You know, these rivers are not so deep rivers which cannot be crossed. They can walk and cross very easily. The fresh water can flow, but the river could not be so deep, which not supposed not to be crossed. So he is habituated. So he saw that river, but this time when he was going near to the river was looking like flooded one. More water was there, and obviously more water means we cannot control the flow of water. So it was difficult for Suren to walk, and he thought, I should wait for a few moments, let the tides of the water subside, then I'll walk and I'll cross the river. He thought for that, and he stood to watch there, just to make let the river get calmed down. It happens now, after a few more highest tides, the tides become low. So he thought, and he knows very well about that river. So he stood there. But suddenly he got a strong urge, very strong urge to jump into the river. And he was feeling like somebody is forcing him or compulsing him to just go and jump into the river. He didn't know swimming. He was actually not at all aware how to swim, and he was surprised that why I am getting this urge. He was unable to understand himself. He was not getting that even I know that I don't know swimming. I could not swim. If I jump, obviously I'll die. Then why I am getting this strong urge to jump? He doesn't get that understanding. He doesn't realize what is happening with him. He just wanted to jump at any cost, and his legs have become so heavy, it was not moving. He was trembling, and he, with his willpower, he tried his level best to walk from the side of that, and slowly he reached. As soon as he crossed the river and was reaching near to Vrindavan's home, his urge subside to jump, to die. His urge subside, and he started thinking, why I have got such a strange desire, or such an urge to jump. He himself was not able to judge him out. So he started thinking, maybe I have today I have taken more cups of tea, maybe that's why it is happening, or maybe I have smoked more cigarettes. So maybe that's why it is happening. It is affecting maybe my mind. I am getting my mind cloudy. That's why it is happening to me. He has thought and justify himself for getting this type of the desire. He didn't even think that something wrong is happening to him. He just imagine it out that he is getting these thoughts because of taking either more tea or more cigarettes, and slowly he walked towards the home of Vrindavan. Now, friend was very happy as soon as, because those times when the author has written this story, no phones, no intimation could be given, no calls, nothing. Suddenly when they open the door, seeing your friend, that too childhood friend, it was actually a surprise. Not only a simple surprise, it is a big huge surprise, and very happy to see the friend. So Vrindavan was very happy, and he welcomed very warm heartedly, he welcomed Suren, and he said that now today is very hot evening, so we'll go on the terrace, we'll sit over there, we'll enjoy our tea and all. By the time dinner get ready, so you just take the dinner and then go back to your home. So he wanted to be there, and Suren and Vrindavan went on the terrace, and they were sitting and talking. Suddenly it happens that Suren, or the narrator, started feeling some uneasiness. He is getting some sweat or something, uneasiness. So he said that I need some water, please get me some water. So Vrindavan got down from the terrace to the downside home. So he went down. He went down to get one glass of water for whom? For this Suren. By the time he went down, and before he comes up, Suren got near to the terrace, and he walked up the railing of that and he just wanted to jump from the terrace. He was ready to jump and suddenly Vrindavan came from the steps and he started shouting from there only, like, tea is ready, now mother will call us after for dinner and all. When he heard his voice, suddenly he came out of the trance. Trance means he was completely he was not at all be in his senses, he is out of senses. He is totally in trance of something. Something was forcing him to go up on the terrace and jump. So he was not able to get that what is happening to him. Simply he was following and he was like a hypnotized one. He was walking and he was just wanted to jump. So when he got the sound of Vrindavan, he turned towards him and he was like, okay, I'm at Vrindavan's house, he forgot all these. So when again what happened? The friend didn't know what, he said, what happened to you? Are you well? And all. He said, no, nothing had happened, only like I'm feeling some dizziness or something. Okay, I'll sit here. I drank the tea and they talk about, and he got normal. But when again Vrindavan went to ask to mother that how much time is required for dinner, because he wanted his friend to eat the dinner on time. So he went down. Now again Suren started walking towards that, and right now this time he walked up the terrace, walked up the railing of the terrace, and he was just simply jumping. Vrindavan once again came, dragged him away and said, what are you doing? Why are you standing at that place? You may have fallen down. I couldn't call you, I couldn't scream because I thought if I shout your name also you can jump. So I decided not to shout and I called you here. He dragged him and he was completely sweating out, Suren, and he didn't know. So Vrindavan said, why you are feeling like to jump? So he said, no, I don't know what is that happening, but I'm getting this feeling, and even I don't know how I walked towards that side and how I stepped up on the railing. So Vrindavan thought that maybe he hadn't slept well. Sometimes it happens that when we don't sleep properly, when we work a lot, when we get stressed more, so we actually don't get into the senses, and sometimes it happens. So he thought that maybe he was continuously working, and right now he came from the train journey and all, it is quite tiresome, and after coming up here he didn't take the rest, he simply ran to meet the friend. So maybe it happened that he got more tired, that's why he couldn't able to recognize what he is doing. So he dragged, and thankfulness he has been saved. And then while taking the dinner, he showed the medal. He showed the medal to whom? To the whole family, like Vrindavan's parents, sister, all people were there. So he showed them the medal, and after talking to them, properly eating and all, he started going towards his home. But as soon as he started walking from Vrindavan's house, again he get the fear. He feels that the fear started gripping him, that he was getting a fear that someone is at his back or something is going on. So he got that feeling, and slowly he started walking to home. First time in his life he felt that much fear from Vrindavan's house to his house, even though as we have come to know that he was a childhood friend. So many times maybe they have visited each other's home. So in the night, in the morning, every time of the day. So but this time he was feeling very much fear. And at home, this home was very, like, he spent his childhood and all, so it is quite familiar for him. But for the first time he was feeling like someone is watching him. He had a habit of normally, because it is the evening, hot days were going on, summers were there, so it is his habit to open the window. He opened the window and he felt like somebody is standing outside the window. And he opened, he looked here and there, and again he didn't find anyone. Then he again closed the window. Then again he found that somebody is there in his room. He started getting fear. As soon as he is trying to close his eyes and take the quilt or something, like he wanted to sleep, suddenly he started feeling the presence of someone there in the room. And you can understand that how horrifying this could be. A person who is all alone and he knows each nook and corner of the house, and suddenly the same person started feeling the presence of any other one which is invisible. Obviously it starts gripping the person, not only emotionally but person get weakened up, but the mind also get completely weakened. He could not able to understand what is that happening to him. So after like the whole night he was sleepless. He didn't find any peace in the sleep, and when he was just closing his eyes, he is getting variety of smells, and that too very bad smell. Sometimes he was getting the smell of dead rat. I hope you can recall how the dead rat smells. Then sometimes some bad medicines smell he was getting. Once he was getting the smell of rotting flesh, the flesh which is actually not fresh, which is completely rotten. That flesh he was getting that. So it was so like you can say difficult for him to breathe. He was not getting which smell he was getting, but continuously he was getting tortured by the smell, by the presence of somebody. He couldn't sleep, and sometimes he was getting the smell of iodine or some ointment or something he was getting. And the whole night, whenever he is closing his eyes, he is feeling somebody is watching him. He started feeling that one pair of eyes looking at him continuously. So it was very much horrible, and for the first time in his life he got this type of the fear, and he was unable to understand what is happening to him. First, if you can observe it out, 3 times he got the urge to kill himself. First, when he was going to Vrindavan's house, when he was crossing the river, he got an urge to immediately jump into the river. Second time, when Vrindavan gone to bring the glass of water, he wanted to jump from the terrace. Third time, when Vrindavan gone to check out for the dinner, at that time he was on the railing itself. He stepped up on the railing and he was near to fall. That means 3 times he had decided, or you can say he got that strong desire in himself to commit the suicide. And these 3 times he has saved somehow. Here for the first time because of his will, second time and third time because of his friend who saved him. Then now after going back home, he was getting so much fear that if the person has a weak heart, definitely that person get an attack and can die. That was also a type of the fear, or you can say type of an attack on that person, the narrator. So this time also he was very much fearful. The whole night spent in that fear of getting watched up by someone else. Now in the next class, we'll try to finish off the story. By the time, please read the story once and try to understand what I have explained. Take care. Have a nice day.